Very good afternoon to all our delegates. Once again, we welcome you back for the United Kingdom Investment Summit 2025. It's an exciting day, a lot of good discussions, a lot of different opportunities which are available in the UK market in terms of investments that we have discussed. And now coming to a very interesting session. This session is basically with a gentleman named Mr. Abhishek Biswas, who's the managing director of the Boutique London Homes. It's going to be an interesting session for you to understand how the real estate market also works in London itself. Before we do that, I would again request all our participants and delegates to kindly practice your due diligence before making any kind of investment decisions. And our sole purpose of organizing these summits are to educate you, and we hope that through these sessions, we're able to increment your knowledge on the investment side when it comes to different geographies. So, without much ado, let's move forward. Mr. Abhishek Biswas, we welcome you to the platform.
Thank you, Mayank. Good afternoon for having me. I really looking forward to this session. And yes, please tell me, how can I help?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, to start with, we would like to understand about your professional journey as to how things have developed and how you see UK as an interesting market. So, please go ahead.
Certainly. So, Mayank, I am an independent property advisor based in London. I do specialize in new homes, investment opportunities, and also assist in providing buying and selling advisory. Over the years, I've built a strong expertise in assisting overseas clients, primarily from India and the GCC, and basically help them navigate the UK real estate market as efficiently as possible.
Interesting, interesting. So, in terms of your company's operation, it'd be interesting to know about the different footprints within UK real estate market that you've been dealing with, and specifically the hospitality sector.
Yeah. So I primarily operate in the residential new build sector across London, supporting international buyers with tailored property investment and relocation services. While my main focus is real estate, I occasionally assist clients exploring hospitality assets such as service apartments or mixed use developments. Serviced apartments is again a very lucrative investment side, and that's purely because of the high rental demand that we have in London.
Mhm. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, what are the key trends shaping the UK real estate market today, particularly in the residential and commercial sector? And which of these trends do you see having the greatest impact in the coming years? So, this is more of an FAQ that we've been receiving day in, day out. So, we thought it'd be good to discuss these issues with you.
Certainly. So, one of the key trends include the rise of build to rent and demand for more energy efficient homes and the repurposing of commercial spaces into residential or flexible use properties. Well, there was a surge, especially post COVID, where a lot of commercial spaces, were being turned into residential or mixed use properties, and I can see that trend only growing. Sustainability and urban regeneration projects are likely to shape the market more significantly in the coming years. So I would definitely say these are the key trends in the UK real estate market, primarily build to rent, demand for more energy efficient and sustainable homes, and repurposing of commercial spaces into residential dwellings.
Interesting. Interestingly, if you go to different parts of Europe, so this is again one of the upcoming trends there as well, where they convert the commercial property into residential. And most of them, of course, since they are out now, UK is out of the EU, these guys are offering you the golden visa opportunity as well through the purchase of those properties. So that's something that have been a very common phenomenon because it really helps to develop the city as a whole, I believe, and it's an interesting concept too.
See, the
So.
UK definitely offers long-term capital growth. I
Yeah.
mean, it does not give you any visa facility as such, but it definitely gives you long-term capital growth. And the reason behind it is political stability, transparent legal framework. However, factors like the 2% foreign buyer stamp duty and tax regulations were an international buyer has to pay a certain surcharge must be factored into investment planning.
Mhm.
The UK's investor visa closure has shifted most of the focus towards lifestyle-led and rental income-driven investments as compared to what you see in other parts of Europe.
Yes, yes, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Great. So coming back on the next question, in what ways does the UK real estate market stand out from the international markets in terms of returns and growth? And how do UK policies on taxations, visa, and regulation affect foreign investment opportunities?
So, in terms of getting visa if you invest in the UK, well, that's not really happening anymore. However, you have a lot of private capital firms and asset management companies that are looking into investment opportunities, just not in London, but also in other secondary cities like Liverpool, Bristol, Newcastle, and Cardiff. I mean, these cities, are very popular, especially with international students, and there's always a demand for reliable student accommodation. So again, when it comes to investment in the UK, it is not just London. You have investment opportunities also in other cities, and definitely, there are regulations are in place by the local authorities to facilitate, such regeneration projects.
Interesting. Interesting. And the next question is, have you seen any recent shift in investor preferences, such as increased in interest in sustainable or tech-enabled properties? So before having you answer this question, there is another thing which I would like to add to this, that I've been asking this question to all our panelists throughout the day itself, that many people think that UK investments are meant for only the top tier investors. And this question basically combines together. People have this conception that people who are from middle investors, or say about lower middle investors, they are not really having that kind of potential to invest in UK because it's only meant for the top tier investors. Is it true?
No, not. I wouldn't say it's completely incorrect, but then there is a caveat. I mean, when you talk about uh, the shift in demand, I mean, there's a clear shift towards sustainable buildings, more towards smart home features and properties with strong EPC ratings. Now, EPC basically is related to the energy performance, and overseas investors are increasingly prioritizing long-term asset value and future compliance with green building standards as compared to your traditional investments. So yes, there's been a definitely a recent shift, in investor preference.
Interesting, interesting. So, can you share some recent examples where your company has adapted to changing consumer demands in the real estate or hospitality sector, particularly in response to the post-pandemic landscape?
Yes, Mayank. So post-pandemic, I've focused more on offering virtual tours as compared to physical viewings. Also, we do a lot of remote consultations and digital transaction support, allowing overseas clients to invest with confidence without actually traveling in the UK. So definitely, that is a trend that has been following post-pandemic, wherein you don't have to physically be in the country. You can still make an investment sitting in your home country, where everything is seamlessly done by using the latest technology.
Interesting. And people are happy to do that, or they prefer more of a look and feel kind of an approach?
No, I mean, if you have your traditional investors, as long
Yeah.
as the numbers stack up, they can see a good rental yield. That exactly what really matters for them, because at the end of the day, if you are an investor, your money and your investment is most important, rather than actually being in the country. Saying that, you have investors who actually do come in and have a look around, but I would say the percentage is 40-60.
Okay, okay, that's a pretty good difference in terms of comparing. And of course, thank this is one thing we can thank COVID for, because it has actually digitalize most of the things that we do nowadays. Even though, of course, look and feel approach, of course, always count in most of the cases when specifically I believe the investor is the first time investor in a particular country. Whereas, of course, people have kind of a goodwill that you have created among them. So they know that, of course, something that you're suggesting, of course, will have definitely good values and virtually things can be sorted out. So completely respect them. I get your point on that too. So moving forward, is your company currently engaging with or looking to collaborate with Indian developers, investors, or NRI clients?
Absolutely. A large part of my client base is NRI or based in India, and I'm actively exploring partnerships with Indian
Hmm.
developers to offer UK based opportunities tailored to their network. So, yes, definitely open for collaboration. There's a lot that is happening already between UK and India, and there is definitely room for a lot more.
Fantastic, fantastic. Uh, how do markets dynamics such as interest rates and inflation impact real estate investments in the UK currently, and what strategies does your company use to mitigate these basically the effects of such inflations and all?
Sure. So higher interest rates and inflation affect affordability and yield expectations. I always advise my clients to focus on long-term capital appreciation,
Mhm.
fixed-term mortgages, and locations with strong rental demand to cushion against economic volatility, if that makes sense. So, like I said, I mean, I always tell my clients not to put their eggs in one basket. So if you can, try and diversify your portfolio as much as possible.
That's true. I mean, that's basically helping you to mitigate the losses in future. Of course, that's the best way to do that. So
Certainly.
again, completely understand that. Uh, are you seeking strategic partnerships with other companies in UK? And if so, what type of collaborations are you most interested in?
Yes, like I said in the previous question, certainly, yes, I'm open to partnering and collaboration with anyone who is firms who are like mortgage brokers, relocation firms, and international property agencies. The whole idea is to expand, service offerings and enhance client experience. So definitely, we are seeking strategic partnerships.
Fantastic. So, are there any government incentives or policy changes that have significantly impacted your business operations or investment strategies in UK real estate market as a whole?
So recently, there were some changes in the stamp duty, planning reforms, and energy regulations have really influenced buying behavior. While some of it has created short-term challenges, but they also present new opportunities for value-driven investments. So again, definitely, there is a lot that has happened. But again, UK remains to be a very lucrative place when it comes to investments because the investment environment here is very promising and it's only going to go up from here.
Fantastic. Any piece of advice you would like to offer to somebody who's looking to do any kind of investments in UK?
Well, definitely look at student accommodation because if you are an investor and if you do want to invest in something which gives you a stable growth, student accommodation and service accommodation is definitely the way forward, and that's purely because you have demand for such properties round the year. I mean, the demand is only going to grow up, and that's just not with the student accommodation and service accommodation, but also to do with domestic population that is actively seeking properties to rent.
Okay, okay. I think we have actually taken all the questions that we have received, but last but not the least, any concluding remarks?
Well, we are really looking forward to collaborate with professionals and companies that are based out of India for a couple of reasons. Again, the appetite for investment from that side of the world is pretty high, and I feel that there will be a lot of Indian companies coming into the UK British real estate market. We've also seen a lot of demand from developers that are, although based in India, but have done a lot of exciting work in London. Especially to give you a few names, you must have heard of Loda. Now, Loda happens to be a very
London.
popular developer in London, and they've done some very good, let's say, properties that are part of their portfolio. So yes, definitely open to collaborate and create partnership with companies and professionals that are based out of India.
Fantastic, fantastic. And how should one reach you?
So you can either reach me via LinkedIn, and or I can also give you my direct email address. I am available on WhatsApp 24/7. So yeah, you can connect me through these channels.
Fantastic. And we leave these details in the comment section below, so you can definitely go and take any kind of consultation when it comes to investing in real estate in UK. And for any queries in future, you can also direct it on the platform itself in the Q&A section too. And we'll be more than happy to get the answers sorted by the experts from the industry. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for your time. We really appreciate that you have actually taken time from your busy schedule, and hopefully we'll connect very soon in future as well.
Thank you. My pleasure, Mayank. Speak to you
Thank,
soon. Thank you.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.